Hello and welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. Yes, my throat box is a bit sore, but always, as I've told you, cricket is something very dear to me. So here I go. As far as today's cricket show is concerned, India finished off on a great high in South Africa when they actually played their final match of this artist tour of South Africa, where they won the T20 series 2-1 in a very tense finish at Newlands in Cape Town, where India the match went down to the wire and India won that T20 match to take the series, a T20 series 2-1, and also they took the one day series. As you know, South Africa took the test series, and that is how things really panned out in this Indian tour of South Africa, and I'll be talking about that game. And as far as today, we have a one-day international coming up, the first one-day international between England and New Zealand, and it will be interesting to see whether Ben Stokes figures in the England team, because as you know, he has been given the go-ahead after all the controversy. So these are the two things, and also we'll have a look at some cricket news. So today, since my throat is not really cooperating, probably it will be a skimmer. So let's do the skimmer here. We are talking about the third T20 match. It was India who actually batted first. South Africa won the toss. Dumini put the Indians into bat, and Junior Dala was very impressive. In fact, he bowled splendidly. I thought he has been, the whole series, he has been the one who has taken the maximum number of wickets, and he did a fine job. In fact, he nailed Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma had two good boundaries of the bowling of Morris, and then Rohit Sharma was nailed right in front of the stumps by Dala with a nice in-swinger, and Rohit Sharma was gone. LBD bowled Dala for 11 of 8 balls with 2 fours. And then the two batsmen who really took it on, Shikhar Dhawan, even though he made 47 of 40 deliveries, was a bit subdued, one thought, and then a brilliant throw. I mean, Dala not only showing his bowling skills there, but also showing some superior reflexes as he flung down a throw right from the fence or the boundary line, and it went on to hit the stumps with Dhawan caught off ground for 47. Suresh Raina, the very first ball that he received, he clubbed it for a wonderful six of Dala when he came at the fall of Rohit Sharma's wicket. That takes a lot of guts to get your first delivery and push it into the open territory and over into the spectators for a six. And that was a wonderful one. And after that, Suresh Raina did not blink an eye. He rattled along nicely to 43 of 27 deliveries, 5 fours and 1 6 in that effort, and which will also be something which helped him, because at the end of this particular match, Suresh Raina bagged the Man of the Match award, and that will do his confidence a lot of good. Manish Pandey was out for 13 of 10 deliveries with 1 6. Pandya did hit a 6 of the bowling of Shamsi to make 21 of 17, and Dhoni made 12 of 11 with 1 4. Karthik definitely showed some good stroke making skills, 13 of just 6 deliveries with 3 fours, and India went on to a score of 172 for 7. One thought that the South Africans had lost the initiative. I mean, they could not grab the initiative. Probably they leaked a bit of runs at the end, and that enabled India to go and sit at 172 for 7. Morris 2 for 43 was very costly. Dala 3 for 35. Dumini 3 overs for 22. Philip Wayo 3 overs 26. Shamsi 1 for 31 of 4. Fangiso 2 overs, none for 13. When South Africa started their chase of 173, Kumar actually got that knuckle ball going, and he picked up the wicket of Hendricks for 7 of 13 deliveries. David Miller was today told to open the innings for South Africa. Well, he did his bit, 24 of 23 balls, 2 fours and 1 6, and Suresh Raina was the man who picked up his wicket when David Miller tried to clout Raina into the stands, and it ended up at Akshar Patel at the fence, snapping up the catch. Klaasen, who was the danger man, but today the run rate was much about 10 runs per over, and Klaasen's wicket. Now, Pandya was brilliant today. I think Hardik Pandya, in fact, everyone bowled well. First, Bumrah bowled well, Kumar, but I thought Hardik Pandya was absolutely on the money. 4 overs, 1 for 22, and he was the man who got a very vital wicket, that of Henrich Klaasen, when he actually got a ball which Klaasen drove it right down the throat of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and he was gone for 7, and Pandya gave a look to Klaasen and gave a wry smile there as Klaasen walked off, because one knew that Klaasen was a big wicket for India. So Klaasen was gone for 7, but JP Duminy absolutely got the company of Christian Yonker, who was actually making his test T20 debut. And what a debut for Yonker. Yonker was looking confidence personified. Even in his first game, showed great match temperament and confidence as he swung 3 fours down the onside of the bowling of Akshar Patel. And then Duminy was looking very severe. He got very severe on Shardul Thakur, hitting him for a 6 and 2 boundaries. And Duminy was the one who turned it on, with the run rate really spiraling after the dismissal of Klaasen. Yonker had to take it upon himself, and Duminy and Yonker really started giving headaches to India as they added 30 runs in pretty quick time. But then Shardul Thakur nailed this man, JP Duminy, and Duminy was brilliant. I thought he hit 2 wonderful sixes of the bowling of Akshar Patel, and he also hit Shardul Thakur. 55's contribution of 41 deliveries, 2 fours and 3 sixes. Yonker was there in the middle, and the score read 109 for 4, 16 overs, and and one probably thought, and with Morris gone, when the score reached 114, Morris was gone of the third ball, as after hitting a boundary, Morris lost his thumb. Bumrah was brought into the attack, and Jasprit Bumrah, who never disappoints, actually plugged the middle stump out of Morris. He was gone for 4. That made it 114 for 5 in the 17th over, and now there were only legal 21 balls left, and South Africa had to score 58 runs, and that was a tough ask. But Christian Yonker showed some great skills. The other day we saw Klaasen coming in and showing that what a wonderful player he is, and today Yonker in his very first match could not get to his 50, truly deserved a maiden 50, could not get it, but really started giving worries to India. Suddenly they turned the tables on India with Behardine slashing boundaries, and Yonker showing some real raw power with his muscular frame that he has to hit some brilliant sixes that he hit. And one of the 6 that he hit was an absolute beauty, as he picked up Jasprit Bumrah, one of the unlikeliest bowlers from India to have gone for a 6, but he picked up Bumrah and donked him into the stands. And Yonker was skipping the match absolutely live. Behardine was giving him company, but Yonker was looking terrific, according to me. He has his ability to swing the balls which are coming in onto the onside for 4s, and he's also a good donker of the ball. And whenever Yonker was hitting the ball, it was hit clean as a whistle, I would say. And then Yonker started worrying the Indians and then finally Yonker and Behardine was the crease, and the equation came down to 19 runs required of the final over, and there was a lot of and it was interested. And I have to say that Jasprit Bumrah was the first time, I thought, in this series that somebody has really taken him apart, and that was Yonker who did that to him. With Bumrah's figures reading 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 39. That was brilliant batting, I thought, from Yonker. And like Klaasen, I think Yonker is also another batsman for South Africa who has arrived in his very first match. He did his bit. There were 19 runs to get to the final over. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was entrusted the responsibility, and I thought he did a wonderful job. He was not giving anything in the hitting areas, and it forced Yonker and Behardine to not get any boundaries. And then I think there was one boundary that Behardine hit through the offside, but Kumar actually nailed the wicket of Yonker, which was very important. And finally, it was that with the final ball, they required 6 runs to get victory, and it was always not 6 runs, more than 6 runs, and everything was all over. But what an innings from Yonker, who really started worrying the Indians. At one point of time, one felt that India was just walking away with the game when Morris was out, and Yonker changed the complexion totally to bring the match very, very close down to the wire. And Yonker, I think, definitely showing some great skills as a batsman. He's smashing 49 of 24 deliveries, 5 fours and 2 sixes, and wonderfully done, Yonker. Behardine was not out on 15 of 6 deliveries, 3 fours. Game over, 165 for 6, and India would be breathing that they won the T20 trophy. So India taking 2 trophies. One is the maiden ODI series win, and now the T20 trophy. South Africa taking the Test trophy, but India would be proud. This was the final day on the tour of South Africa, and India would be very proud with this effort that they had. I'm sure no previous team has had such an experience in South Africa as to what India had, and India can be really proud of that fact. The bowling, 4 overs, 2 for 24. Bumrah, for the first time, I thought someone had a handle on him. 1 for 39. Yonker was the man who really pushed Bumrah to the limit. Shardul Thakur, 4 overs, 1 for 35. Pandya was brilliant, 4 overs, 1 for 22. Raina, 3 overs, 1 for 27. Patel bowled 1 over, slammed for 16. Player of the match going to Suresh Raina, and the player of the series going to Bhuvaneshwar Kumar for his exploits. And why not? Well, they truly, truly deserved that, and that was as far as and India were also given the mace that they will be keeping for 2 years by the ICC, because India are number 1 in ICC Test rankings, followed by South Africa and Australia. So congratulations to the Indian team for completing the tour of South Africa in a real on a great high, and they'll be leaving for India. So well done, the Indians. Now we will now from here we go on to the first ODI, which is coming up at Seddon Park in Hamilton, where England take on New Zealand in the first one-day international of the series. And talking about that, the whole interest will be centered around Ben Stokes, according to me, because Ben Stokes is the one who everyone would be looking at in the England team. So considering it is Ben Stokes, I would like to start off with the England team first. And as I said, this match is being played at Seddon Park in Hamilton. England, they, as I said, Ben Stokes is going to. So Jason Roy has not been in any good form. So one will be hoping that Jason Roy can get it right now. And he has his opening partner Johnny Bairstow, and he's always a dangerous customer at the top of the order. Joe Root is there, then Morgan, the captain, and Ben Stokes would be interesting coming in at number 5. And Ben Stokes would be someone who would be seriously England will be looking at for some great support, and we know what Ben Stokes brings to the table. Butler, Moeen Ali, Woke, Sadil Rashid, Tom Curran and Mark Wood. That's the composition as far as England are concerned. And New Zealand, well, they have Martin Guptill and Colin Munro at the top of the order. They are in some great nick, I would say. Kane Williamson is also looking good. Ross Taylor, Tom Latham will once again have to perform the duties as a wicket keeper and also give the solidity to the New Zealand innings. if the innings really gets into a sort of a bind. Henry Nichols, Colin D. Grandhome, a wonderful all-rounder. Mitchell Santon, also a very useful all-rounder. And then the bowling of the right arm offie, Todd Hassel, the leggy, and Tim Southey and Trent Bolt, the very, very experienced campaigners. So that's the match. As I said, this match is going to be played at Seddon Park in Hamilton. And Martin Guptill will have happy memories of this particular match because he really went on to make real hay at this particular stadium when he made 180 of 138 balls to win against South Africa when they were chasing a huge score of 280 runs. So that will be ripe in memory for Martin Guptill at the Seddon Park in Hamilton. So that is, and now with whatever the little time left, I am going to do another skimmer of the cricket news. So as far as the cricket news is concerned, as you know, the Australians are here in South Africa. They have won their first tour match today of South Africa. So that is a good beginning for the Aussies in South Africa. And the test squad was named. As you know, now Australians are in South Africa, and Australians will be taking on South Africa in the first test match at the Wanderers in Johannesburg. I suppose that's the first match which is coming up, and South Africa named the test squad, and one was a bit surprised, but really good to see that Hendrich Klaasen has really impressed one and all, and he has got the nod. He has been included in the test squad to face Australia. And also another all-rounder of whom Otis Gibson has already spoken highly of is the all-rounder Mulder, who can bat as well as bowl, and he has also been included. And Australia will be at full strength barring Dale Steyn. Du Plessis, Quinton de Kock, Bavuma and de Villiers will all be back in action, with only Dale Steyn still yet to really get fit. As far as the Pakistan Super League was concerned, it was the second loss for Lahore Qalandars, as Quetta Gladiators had a walk in the park victory. They restricted the Lahore Qalandars to just 119 for 9. It was a good job done by Watson. In fact, the Lahore Qalandars actually started off in a very breezy fashion with McCallum and Sunil Narine doing a good job. Narine, in fact, smashing 24 runs of a particular over of Watson. 24 runs single over. Watson pasting that back to him when they won the match, when he took 20 runs of a Sunil Narine overs. That was a nice battle. But then, as usual, we saw that the Lahore Qalandars batting order becomes brittle, and they were restricted to 119 for 9, and the Quetta Gladiators a walk in the park victory as they won the match by 9 wickets. And as far as the other match was concerned, it was between the Peshawar Zalmis versus Islamabad, and that match was won by Peshawar. Umayyad Asif, the pace bowler, I'm told he's 33 years old, who was making his PSL debut, which is very unfortunate to see someone at the age of 33 making a PSL debut, but he was the one who actually had the Islamabad team in a real bind with taking 4 wickets, and then it was that's what actually won Peshawar that particular match. Well, unfortunately, due to my throat not being clear, I won't be able to go as much. And also, just before I leave, in the Indian Premier League, as you know, Rajasthan Royals were banned from playing in the IPL, but now everything is clear. Rajasthan Royals back in business, and Stephen Smith will be captaining the Rajasthan Royals in the Indian Premier League 2018. Well, this being said, it's about time for me to sign off on this cricket show, and hope to see you all tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.